Thanks for tuning in to Electric Bike Journal. Today we're taking a look at the Murf Alpha Cargo. This is a fat tire beach cruiser style electric cargo bike. It has a lot of power and can carry quite a bit of weight on it as well, as we'll find out. So let's get into the details, see what this bike's all about. Well, it's not often that you see an electric cargo bike that has a beach cruiser look to it. The Murf Alpha Cargo here is a fat tire electric cargo bike with a beach cruiser vibe. And Murf being from Southern California with their flagship store in San Clemente, we knew that they were going to be putting that surf beach vibe into their bike, and so it's really cool to see in the Alpha Cargo. The Alpha Cargo starts at $2,995 and has a 750 watt rear drive hub motor. This is a class 3 rated electric bike, so it does have pedal assist up to 28 miles per hour. It also has a class 2 rating, so you do have that thumb throttle as well. Sending power to that 750 watt rear drive hub motor is a 50 volt 20 amp hour battery, so 1,000 watt hour battery. When paired together, you're getting about a 30 to 50 mile range. Obviously that is dependent on how much cargo you have on there, or if you have passengers, as well as which pedal assist mode you're in, or if you're really living on that throttle. The battery is removable from the frame. There's a key there to unlock it and pull it out of the bike, which is great if you happen to have an extra battery that you want to swap in there, or if this stays maybe in the garage or on the side of the house and that battery needs to go into a different area to charge up. That's definitely nice that the battery is removable. Additionally, just a note for those of you interested, or maybe you have one and you've had some issues, the key is indexed to actually lock or unlock the bike. So if the key isn't in a certain position, no power will go to the bike and it won't turn on. The Alpha Cargo has a load capacity of 400 pounds total. So between the rider and any passengers or any gear on the bike, 400 pounds is what this bike is rated to carry. Helping to carry a passenger or any of your goods, there are a lot of accessories from Murf to outfit this bike and really set it up for the type of outdoor activities that you are interested in, or carry passengers safely. It has a Shimano 7-speed drivetrain and uses Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. Murf did a great job outfitting this bike with 203 millimeter rotors, both front and rear. So not only do you have hydraulic disc brakes that feel good and have good braking action and control, you have really large rotors to help keep heat down and really control the braking power of this bike, especially when it's loaded up. So it's good to see the large rotors on this. As mentioned, this is a fat tire electric bike, so it has 26-inch by 4-inch wide tires, both front and rear. The tires are relatively aggressive, so you do have pretty good traction when you're out on dirt or sand, maybe a gravel path. There is good traction there. I wouldn't necessarily call them mountain bike tires, but you will be safe on most groomed terrain. Revisiting the seat on the Alpha Cargo, the seat is a nice beach cruiser style wide comfort seat, and it has a suspension seat post. So the combination of that seat post and those wide tires really adds a lot of comfort and smooths out the ride of this bike. It being full rigid and really strong to have that high load capacity, those two details really help add that comfort back in. On the handlebars, we have those nice beach cruiser style swept handlebars that put your hands real relaxed and back, and your hands rest on leather, kind of ergonomic paddle style grips that are really comfortable to hold on to. On the right side of the handlebars, we have a thumb throttle that's easily accessible. Like I said, class 2, so you have a thumb throttle assist. And on the Murf Alpha Cargo, that thumb throttle will get you all the way up to 28 miles per hour as well. Also on the handlebars would be the Shimano shifter, a bell, a separate light switch to control the lights on this bike, and a typical controller that you would see on your electric bike with the power and the plus or minus to navigate the different pedal assist modes. Located in the center of the handlebars is a nice color display, which helps you to not only see what pedal assist mode you're in and how fast you're going, battery life, your odometer, things like that, but it being color and really bright, it's easy to see, so in a quick glance, you can keep track of what you're doing while riding this bike. Keeping with that rugged feel with the tires, there is a nice off-road LED light up front that has a very broad and far spread. It's super bright, so when pedaling at night, you're not gonna have to be worried too much about not being able to see and not having people see you. In the back, underneath the rear part of the frame, there is an LED tail light. It's not quite as bright as the front, but we'll get into that later. Well, wrapping up the details of the Alpha Cargo, we'll get into the frame design. As an electric cargo bike, it has a high load capacity, and the rear part of this bike is where a lot of that cargo or a passenger is gonna be. And so the rear end of this bike is very well built. It's very durable, very strong. You can see all the gussets and extra support that they added back there. Additionally, there is little guards on the side of the frame to protect anything, feet or anything from going into the wheel, as well as stuff kicking out at a passenger's feet or something if they happen to be on the back. On the front of the frame, there is a mount for a front basket, which is just one of the many accessories that Murf has to offer for the Alpha Cargo. And on the rear of the Alpha Cargo, there is a bamboo deck, which serves two purposes. It looks good, and two, it's a great place to mount the accessories. It is pre-drilled for the accessories that Murf has to offer, from a pad for a passenger or the different accessories that they have for kids, as well as the baskets that they do have to offer. This basket isn't actually a Murf basket. Ours is still on its way, and we've been holding tight, waiting for that to show up. But in order to not waste too much time, we hacked the system a little bit and put a milk crate on the back here, and I'll link a fun video just walking you through what we did to get this on there. This is just a temporary solution until ours shows up. When it comes to electric cargo bikes, we always suggest looking into a basket of some sort to go with that bike, and a lot of brands have them as accessories designed specifically to fit on their bike. So we would definitely encourage you to look into one of those options if you are interested in the Alpha Cargo. Well, now that we've gone over the details of what makes the Alpha Cargo complete, let's get into some ride impressions. All right, well, let's get out and do some hill testing. Now in pedal assist mode 1, the easiest gear, it's quite a bit of work to pedal up stuff, so we'll see how it is in mode 2. Now it is regulated by what speed you're going, and then that's when it has the power cutoff, so it'll supply power up to that speed. Now we'll see how it does on the hill in pedal assist mode 2. I'm still in that easy gear, and the jump from 1 to 2 is noticeable for pedaling up these hills. Still a little bit of work. Let's go to 3. A little bit of a change, not a whole lot, but as it levels out, going nice and fast again. And drop down a few gears. That pedal assist mode 3 helps keep you at that 17, 18 mile an hour range, pedaling very normally. If you go up into that 4, it's going pretty good, but it doesn't get ahead of your cadence, so you don't feel like you're spinning unnecessarily. Let's see how it feels on these bumps here. Not so bad. Having those nice 4-inch wide tires makes getting over those bumps very comfortable. A little suspension seat post, as we mentioned before with the details. You know, you can feel a little squish in it. And the seat's nice and wide, so plenty comfortable. One thing that really makes this bike more enjoyable is those Tektro hydraulic disc brakes that we mentioned in the details there. With 230 millimeter rotors, you do have really good stopping power. It's very smooth, very comfortable. So well, on a bigger bike like this, especially with that 750 watt motor and being class 3 with the pedal assist modes, having big brakes is a big deal for confidently stopping and having smooth control when you are going that fast. But just pedaling around, going through the neighborhoods, especially when you're able to do 20 miles an hour, kind of feel like you're with the flow of traffic a little bit more. Speed limits are slower here in neighborhoods, so you don't really feel like you're holding anyone up. And when you can get up into that pedal assist mode 5 and really get going, you are doing the flow of traffic, which makes it nice. One thing that's unique about the Murf here is that class 2 with the throttle, you can still go 28 miles per hour. So Unlike other bikes where the throttle assist slows you down at 20, this one will keep you going to 28. Now on bike paths like this, you can jump over from the pavement out onto gravel. And having those 4-inch wide tires, you're really able to plow through that loose gravel very comfortably. Now, one thing I wanted to show in this review is if you're pedaling fast and you're in a high gear and you get to your pull off and you need to turn and go, well, you have that momentum to carry through and likely get up to the top of that with ease. Now, depending on which pedal assist mode you're in, making those corners, especially if you hit the brakes, it's going to kill power to your motor, and then you're in the wrong gear. So to get through that, your only option is to use that throttle, and even then it's a lot of work. But if that corner's a little bit wider, planning ahead and reaching up there and shifting some gears will give me a better advantage to be able to pedal through it and not need that throttle to get through it. Then you can just shift back down to your higher gear. But plan ahead with shifting. If you're going to be hitting the brakes, you're going to kill that power to the motor. And a 75-pound bike, it's not light to move around. Now, when it comes to riding the Alpha Cargo, our key takeaways are how powerful this bike is and how ergonomic and comfortable it is to ride as well. Obviously that beach cruiser vibe, you know you're going to be in a really relaxed rider position, swept back bars, you're not reaching out forward, so it's just overall really relaxed and generally comfortable to ride. The powerful motor works with that because you are able to stay relaxed and use that motor, drain out that battery to get you around town with ease and not really have to strain your body. Additionally, when it comes to riding the Alpha Cargo, beyond the ergonomics and that powerful motor, the convenience of being able to outfit it with all of those accessories and having the security of quality brakes, nice big Kenda tires, the overall package really enables that riding experience. Stepping away from the overall experience of riding the Alpha Cargo, there are a few things that we would probably change out or we feel are worth mentioning if you are interested in the Alpha Cargo. The leather grips, although very comfortable, they are a little slick. So if you get sweaty palms or a little moisture on them, we've had a couple instances where our hands kind of slip a little bit on them, and we'll probably end up swapping those out to a different style grip. Probably the same shape because that's comfortable, but it's worth mentioning. I'm sure if you're down in Southern California going on the beach, maybe that sand will help out to keep some grip in there. Our other little nitpick on spec with the Alpha Cargo will have to be the tail light. Although it is an LED tail light and it looks very large, the actual light itself is kind of small, so it does not really reflect back as bright as we would want it to if we were doing more night riding. And being summertime, you're out cruising around all day. The headlight is plenty bright, no problems there, but that tail light, for peace of mind, I would probably swap it out to something a little bit brighter, or hope that in the future Murf will put a brighter taillight on there. Aside from the positives of the riding experience of the Alpha Cargo with the ergonomic rider position and that very powerful motor to really get you around easily, if you happen to live in a place that's a little bit steeper, you have a lot of hills around, or maybe your typical bike path happens to have tight turns that go up steep grades, making sure you are in the right gear will circumvent having an issue that we tend to find ourselves having, where we would be in a high gear, going fast, cruising down a bike path, and then have to take our turn. And when we went to pedal and get around that turn, when you hit the brakes, it kills power to the motor as a safety feature, which is great. But then you are in a very high gear with a relatively heavy bike to then try to muscle around. So again, to navigate away from that problem, we just had to reprogram ourselves to remember to shift into a higher gear to make turning those corners and getting back up to speed easier. Overall, the Murf Alpha Cargo has been a real treat to ride around, and we really don't have many problems with it. A lot of those land in user error and just having too much fun and feeling so relaxed while riding it that you kind of forget to do certain things like change gears ahead of time before you get up to a steep spot. But for keeping speed and staying on main roads and going up steep hills, plenty of power, and you can cruise right up them very safely and quickly as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. We hope this video is helpful in understanding a little bit more about the Murf Alpha Cargo and what its intended use is for. We would definitely say that this is an electric cargo bike designed to carry passengers and to really not just be out there by yourself pedaling around. If you are an independent person though, making use of all those accessories, you're gonna be able to bring all of those toys along with you for your summer adventures. So we're gonna continue to outfit this bike to see those accessories come through and how we're gonna use them. So we'll give you some updates along the way if you are curious. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe. That helps our channel continue to grow so we can continue to do bike reviews for you, as well as offer informative and roundups. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe down below. That would really help our channel continue to grow. That way we can keep doing bike reviews for you so you can get a better understanding of what these bikes are beyond the website. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.